Yo, man, what's going on, everybody, man? You already know what time it is, man. By the title and thumbnail, you already know what to expect. I don't think I got to say too much, man, but before we get into anything, man, I want to tell you all something. I genuinely love and appreciate the support we've been receiving lately on this lane, man. Like, y'all have no idea. Like, we're almost to 1 million subscribers. We're almost to 1 million. Get this in your head. Subscribers. Like, this is something that I've just been working on for the past, I'll say about 5 years. I just been putting blood, sweat, and tears into this avenue, and I just been switching with different lanes, and I can just tell you all, like, we're almost there. So if you're new to the channel right now, you want to be a part of the journey, the 1 million journey, then make sure that you hit that subscribe button. You have to turn that notification bell on to get notified as well, or the subscribe don't count. It's like a package deal. You know, you want that 5% off, you gotta click that notification bell as well. And for algorithm purposes, so we can break this matrix, hit the top of this firmament, man, y'all make sure to give this video a huge thumbs up and spam the comments down below. I want 1,000 comments. I don't even care if it's 1,000 comments from one person. Whoever comment the most might get a special prize from me, might get a do-rag. You see what I'm saying? No. All jokes aside, let's go to get into today's video, man. These are things that are possibly going to change our reality, change our mind, change our way of thinking as we know it today, of just this world that we in. Like I tell y'all, I'm a listener, I'm a learner. I'm not a teacher, but I'm learning a lot of new things that is just about this world that is honestly shocking, and I hope you all is ready to take this journey on with me. So let's get it, let's go.
One of the most popular conspiracy theories that surfaced on the internet in 2020 is that Victoria's Secret was tracking women by putting tracking devices in the bras and lingerie sold in their stores. In 2020, a video went extremely viral with a woman showing that there was a tracking device inside her Victoria's Secret bra. That video got several million views and 3 million likes, but it's since been deleted. The video depicted a tracking device like this one inside of her Victoria's Secret bra. Victoria's Secret did respond to these allegations and said that yes, it's true, they have tracking devices in their bras and lingerie, but it is not to track women and potentially traffic them like the conspiracy theories were stating. Victoria's Secret set the record straight and said that these tracking devices are only used to track inventory in the store and help with theft prevention. However, since these are technically tracking devices, somebody could theoretically hack into Victoria's Secret's system and steal all their data, and then they would have access to all of these tracking devices.
You know what? That is some of the weirdest stuff ever. Tell me some, oh, it's not to, you know, track anyone. This is just for us to keep things up with sales. Like, and I know a lot of women that's watching me right now, y'all got some Victoria's Secret in y'all, you know what I'm saying? Not to be too much in y'all business or anything like that, but I mean, a lot of the fellas, y'all probably have y'all woman with some Victoria's Secret, and y'all know y'all like to see it dressed up in. And we ain't gonna go all into detail about anything else what really happens when a Victoria get put on, you know, but I just know it ain't getting taken off the same way it got put on. But all jokes aside, that is very creepy, and that is something that a lot of women, y'all need to check it. Go in y'all closet right now and check and see if y'all have any tracking devices on y'all Victoria's Secret. If you do, you better cut it off. Because I don't think nobody would sit here and steal anything, which I can be wrong. People can steal stuff from the store, but I think once it's worn, could have sworn a lot of women possibly wouldn't do it, but hey, I don't know. That seemed like some a guy do possibly, but I don't know. Y'all let me know how y'all feel about this. And women, please be safe out here. Please be safe and check it, because there's too much stuff going on in this world already, man. They tell us some, oh, it ain't that. We really don't know. Until stuff hit the fan, then we really go know who was really behind everything, right? But it's just what a coincidence that the biggest lingerie stores in the world have a tracking device. Like, come on now, that don't make sense.
How you doing, sir? Can you tell us what went on at the Bilderberg meeting this year?
Sorry?
Can you tell us what went on at the Bilderberg meeting this year?
I didn't get that, actually, no.
The Bilderberg? You were there?
No.
Not this year. What went on last year?
No, I wasn't there last year. I think that was my cousin.
Your cousin was there?
Yeah. I think so. Okay. You know.
Do you have a permission for Russia? Yeah, you were additional things.
I was definitely thinking inside it, because I was saying that the Federal Reserve was one of these organizations that, I don't know, it's one of these organizations that a lot of people say is the source of inhumane private share across the world, because it's a private bank that was started by your family.
No, it's completely untrue. I was asked that earlier. It really isn't true.
That's what I understand. 1913, sir. Yeah. I mean, but sir, just one thing, we could go on about how, you know, your family committed all these acts against society, but we just want to let you know the New World Order has no legitimacy. and that we as a people are not afraid, and we are waking up to the robber barons and the big banksters who are looting this economy with the Federal Reserve.
Well,
we just want to let you know the New World Order has no legitimacy, and that we as a people are not afraid, and we are waking up to the robber barons and the big banksters who are looting this economy with the Federal Reserve.
well.
If you feel freezing and suddenly start to feel really warm with no explanation as to why do not remove your clothes, your body is spending its last energy before dying to heat you up. If a tornado is headed right for you, hide in your bathtub. Facts that could save your life. I guarantee you won't know the last one. If you're at your house at night and someone broke in, turn off the lights. You know your way around your house better than they do. You can now see if you're being tracked on TikTok. Simply tap on share and then click more. If an unknown app pops up, delete it immediately. By commenting speechless, you'll unlock a new secret TikTok emoji. If you vomit and it looks like coffee grounds, go to the ER fast. Your body is internally bleeding. If you don't follow me, this is probably the last time we'll ever see each other. Good luck in life. If you get stabbed, do not take the knife out. All the blood will spill out and you will bleed to death. When you're using the stairs, do not put your hands in your pockets. You won't be able to catch yourself if you fall. If you are worried about your plane crashing, sit in the back of the plane in the middle seat. You will have the highest chance of surviving.
You know, there's so many facts he said on there, but I actually learned that about the whole flying thing. Because I'm like, man, I want to fly first class, but if the plane fell, then like I'm going to be the first to go. And I already paid $1,000-something for my ticket, so I just want to sit in the back. But it's still like the fuel back there and things. So it was like, it just seemed like it's just a lose-lose situation. But something new that I learned was to do not remove your clothes. Your body's starting to feel warm. It's getting warm before it passes away. And also I'm in Georgia, so there's really not a lot of basements in certain places. So that is good to know, to go inside a bathtub if anything happens. Yeah, I definitely like that one. What about y'all? Y'all learned anything new on this one?
Remember when y'all laughed about this conspiracy theory?
We are on the brink of a dramatic change where we are about to, and I'll say this boldly, we're about to abandon the traditional system of money and accounting and introduce a new one. And the new one, the new accounting, is what we call blockchain. It means digital. It means having a almost perfect record of every single transaction that happens in the economy, which will give us far greater clarity over what's going on.
Wait. What's going on with blockchain? I'm not too sure. I'm not too much into that world. Can anybody explain that is really into that world for us? Kyle Madison.
Yo, the mix is piecing so good. We gonna mess around and have us a whole project.
Sound good. It sound better than most of these girls out here on the scene, you know what I'm saying? People dying for my sound though, man. Like, look at Khalil. Her ain't been the same since we stopped working. For real. You know what I'm saying? But look, that be the problem with these little man, I swear. Like, they always want some, but they don't want to give some. You feel me? Like, come on, man. I'm nice, but I ain't that nice. Man, just dropping M's to be in the same room as me. You feel me? You want a song? Oh, we you know what I'm saying? Come on, we talking about. I'm gone.
Highly weird.
Hey, yo, what's good? You ready? Yo, you ready or what?
TJ, did you just call me?
Yeah, I just called you. What you about it? Come on, let's go. Come on, let's go.
What am I to them? Bait? They're the weird ones, wasting valuable time trying to coerce someone into a 5-second act. How about you just be real about what you really want and ask for that? Instead of being a silly me for thinking they would ever me just off the strength of my talent.
This is why you should be careful about what you post on social media. So this is 19-year-old Wesley Pisano Santarem, and he was shot and killed literally just this week. Basically what happened is a bunch of Brazilian gangs are targeting people who are doing what's called insta-bragging. Insta-bragging is when you flaunt your wealth and your riches or whatever you may have on social media. Pisano did this a lot and even grew a large following of over 100,000 followers. He gave out tricks and tips on how to get better trading cryptos on his YouTube channel. But I guess some people don't care. Jealousy got the best of these Brazilian gangs, and they unfortunately took his life because of it. I think the saddest part to me is, once I went through his Instagram, I realized all of this flexing and flaunting was fairly new. He just started doing it. But I guess for some people, just doing it once is enough. And please remember that not everyone following you is there to support you. Some people are trying to keep tabs because they're jealous of you.
That is facts. And I remember actually talking to y'all about that. Well, if you ain't got no haters, basically you ain't popping. People are going to follow you. Not everybody that follow you supports you. A lot of people can be keeping tabs on you because they want to be in your skin. You know what I'm saying? They want to be you. So they look at you and just study you to be like you, but not to support you. It's very sad that this young man passed away through a situation like that because he was somewhat just, showing excitement as far as his riches that he's received. I guess you do. You definitely got to know. And I know Brazil get down. I'm not going to lie. I heard a lot about Brazil. I actually I was working with somebody from Brazil and they just used to say the government is corrupt out there, but they really, like them gangs, they get down out there. So you can be flexing and doing what you're doing, but at the end of the day, like they run stuff. And if they go get to you, they go get to you by any means.
Have you heard of the theory about siblings?
No.
So in a family, like say there's 3 kids, right? You have the oldest, the middle, and the youngest. Well, scientists have found that the order you're born in, like your birth order, can actually tell your future.
What do you mean?
So I read this article and scientists found that the oldest child is actually a really good leader in business, very competitive, and found that they make a lot of money. And most of them work in government, law, or in the medical field. And they found that half of the Nobel Peace Prize winners are actually the oldest child in their family.
I bet the youngest child is the best though, huh?
Just wait. So the middle child is found to actually be really good at negotiating, they're rebellious, and they're found to be closer to their friends than they are their family. They're also the most level-headed out of all their siblings. Famous people that are middle children are Martin Luther King Jr. and Bill Gates.
I'm still waiting for the youngest child.
Okay, so the youngest child has been found to be very charming, creative, and funny, but can be very manipulative when they want to get their way. You'll like this. It's also found that the youngest child is found to make more money than the middle child and the oldest child. Some famous celebrities that are the youngest child in their family is Harry Styles and Ariana Grande.
Now everyone's just going to send this to their siblings and it's going to create a huge argument.
Go check out my friend for some great...
Oh my God. It is going to start a huge argument. Man. And I could see that being the thing because on my mother's side, she has 3 kids. My sister, my little brother, and me is the oldest. And my little brother is definitely rebellious. And my sister is definitely closer with her friends than family. And she be somewhat to herself a lot of the times, but she's very intelligent. And then me, of course, the daredevil. But I just seem like that it really revolves on a parent. I feel like the oldest child always get the worst, and the middle child gets kinda of it, depending on how far the age is, like the age gap is. But if there's one more child, then the middle child gets it the worst. You know what I'm saying? And also the youngest child always get it the easiest. In both sides, the youngest child always get it the easiest because I feel like parents be having patience by then. But y'all let me know if any of this apply to y'all. Can anybody confirm this down below?
So I had a Zeus conspiracy theory that I shared on my YouTube page, and my subscribers was really interested and wanted to go deeper on it. So I'm just gonna share it here on TikTok. So basically how I got to this theory is because every time we see these auditions, there's always some type of story time of the girls who went there, and they all say the same thing. It's always bad energy, demonic energy. Like majority of the story times I see people are always saying like Zeus is low vibrational, the energy felt wicked, it just felt off. So I just got to thinking, I was like, okay, why do they always say this about this network? So then I started thinking, okay, well, let's start with the name itself. Why do they call themselves Zeus? Well, if you don't know, Zeus Network is named after a Greek god, Zeus. And if you don't know the story of Zeus, basically with this Greek guy, you know, he had a daughter. Zeus had a daughter named Pandora, and before Zeus left this earth, he gave his daughter like a jar or a box, right? But basically his specific orders to Pandora was like, do not open this box. And you know, Earth was cool, you know, she was living good, Pandora was living her life. One day, curiosity got the best of Pandora, and she opened that box. And when she opened that box up, it got real. That jar or box, it contained all the wickedness and evilness and like destruction in that jar. And when she opened it, she released all of that onto the earth. And that's how we get the term Pandora box. So in the story of Zeus, Pandora opened this box and released the wickedness and destructionists. Zeus Network produces and creates the craziest type of content. When it didn't start off like this, and we the consumers being nosy, we checked out this network and it looked kind of like what poured out. Now, I'm not saying Zeus is like the root cause of all this, because you know, we grew up on reality shows and we grew up on like Bad Girls Club, but they was never as eerie. Zeus Network can be eerie sometimes. And a lot of people say the same thing. Their spirit feel disturbed afterwards, and it glorifies and put on a pedestal a lot of things that normally shouldn't be glorified. And just look at the after effect of people who show up to these auditions just to spiritual warfare. I don't know. It's just a little theory. It's just a little jokey joke. You know, I could be reaching. I just feel like it's a talking point, especially as someone who has reviewed these shows on my platform. So, yeah.
The richest man who's ever lived on the planet Earth, and this is widely acknowledged.
It's widely acknowledged.
Is a black man. Okay, he was called Mensa. He was a king.
Mena Musa.
Mena Musa, yes. Okay. He was a king from Mali. And he once went on a pilgrimage to Mecca. Okay, and he gave, everywhere he went, he'd give someone gold. And not a gold coin pen, gold bar.
Boom.
Boom, yeah.
He was making it rain.
Yo, he made it rain. They said that when Mena Musa passed through Egypt, he bankrupted the Egyptian economy. Because every poor person he saw, he gave them gold. Now, how does an economy function? An economy, let's go back to the history. The word economia, Latin root, means the study of lack. You cannot have an economy if someone is not lacking.
Yeah.
Because he cancelled the lack in Egypt, he bankrupted the economy because money could not flow. Money typically flows from someone who is wealthy to someone who is poor, or from someone who's poor or someone who is wealthy. There's that diffusive movement of money that is necessary for an economy to exist. The moment you find an equilibrium, you cannot have an economy. And the system needs that to survive. So we've also been taught, forget about your brother, forget about your sister, rise, climb that mountain, pull the ladder, keep the economy going.
You've got my head spinning, yes?
That's why they hated our Commonwealth in Africa. Shaka Zulu. We were fine. Vibrant economies which were trading with each other, but they were not built on lack. Our economies were built on wealth.
Abundance.
Abundance. It's called riches in French. Our African economic model was built on wealth.
It's true.
Giving birth to more wealth and giving birth to more wealth. So we had a totally different spin on how we see money.
Sure.
And then they came and said, no. We come from a place where there's lords and there's paupers. Who are the lords around here? And then they gathered all the lords and then they started teaching them their ways.
Of course.
So that's the whole point. Alternative thinking is all we need, Pen. We can turn around our countries, turn around everything, but we don't want it. We don't love ourselves. We don't trust ourselves. We don't embrace ourselves. We don't travel. We don't see. We don't speak. We don't hear.
That's true. That is true. A lot of people don't even know about Mena Musa. I actually learned about him on my second channel. I was doing a reaction to like the most wealthiest people, and it was pretty surprising to see somebody being a trillionaire and within his time, you know, so.
Ain't no way everyone here is a real person. Life is a simulation, and a legitimate professor has proved it. James Gates, a theoretical physicist at MIT with 2 bachelor degrees and a PhD, found literal computer code embedded in the most fundamental building blocks of reality called strings. Now, string theory is a tough one, but I'm gonna break it down for you in a way that an 11-year-old would understand. So if you don't get this, hey, go back to grade 5, bro. Alright, so we got my boy Einstein's theory of general relativity, which is basically just a theory of everything big. Planets, gravity, the universe, all the way back to the Big Bang. Then we got the new kid in town, quantum physics. This is the theory of everything small, like particles, atoms, and molecules, where the general laws of physics like gravity don't apply anymore. The same is true the other way around. Quantum laws don't apply to regular-sized physics. So we got general relativity, everything big, and quantum physics, everything small. Like, yo, dig. But both of these realms have the same parent, the Big Bang, at which point everything that is now—
Hey, yo. Did y'all hear what this dude just said, bro? That kind of caught me off guard because I'm trying to. This dude is wow. Oh my God, I can't rewind it. I'm gonna let y'all go back and listen to what he just said, but just know it was an ayo moment. Like you caught me off guard, but we was supposed to be remembering or talking about, bro. Like, come on, let's finish this though, man. This is crazy.
How big used to be small. If the small can become big, then quantum and general relativity need some sort of theory that can unify them. That is string theory. What happens to the big when it's small? What happens when you zoom into an atom? You see protons and neutrons in the center with electrons all around it. Now, what about inside a neutron? Even smaller particles called quarks. So how deep does the scale go? Conventional science will tell you there's nothing inside these quarks. But string theory suggests there's a tiny filament or a string of pure energy that exists inside of them. And just like the string of a guitar vibrates and creates different sound based on its shape and tension, the strings in string theory vibrate. But instead of sound, they produce matter in the form of particles. This completely changes the way you look at the world. Every particle in the universe is just a string vibrating at a different frequency, and every vibrational pattern has its own associated particle. So if you break anything down far enough, we're all just energy vibrating at differing wavelengths to form matter. Although it's still just a theory, this would link general relativity to the quantum realm and form what is known as the theory of everything. Okay, yeah, cool. Now where is this computer code found? When Dr. James Gates took a look at a set of equations derived from string theory, he found binary code. Error-correcting code used for compressing data on a computer. A sequence of ones and zeros, the same code that is used by popular search engines, which, according to him, who has a PhD in theoretical physics from MIT, doesn't just resemble computer code, it literally is computer code. Meaning, if we break matter and energy down far enough, we eventually find compressing computer code etched into the very fabric of reality. So, who wrote this code? Are we living in, dare I say, a simulation?
Can somebody break down that's probably a major in this type of thing? I already explained to y'all, just even with the one guy who actually went outside, took a picture of the sky and put the filters on it to show that there looked like some type of simulation, and it looks just like the picture that the guy showed on here, you know, but basically was saying when he broke down everything that it came down to a computer code type simulation, which is pretty odd because what if we are in a simulation, you know? So it's pretty weird, man. I really don't know what to. I just wish they just tell us you know how much of a relief it would to be told the truth. It's like a liar being lied to you, and the first time they tell the truth out of 40 years. Like, come on now, please tell us the truth.
This man suing Beyonce, saying that her music made him gay and that she cast spells on him, actually isn't the first time somebody tried to sue her like this. This is just one of many things that makes me honestly think Beyonce is a witch. Now, before the Beehive people come for me, please know that I was an OG Beyonce fan. I was young dancing to single ladies on demand in my living room. That wasn't until her music started to become something that wasn't anything to dance to. Now, in the original headline, it says the man filed a $2.3 million lawsuit against Beyonce, quoting and saying, "You're the reason I'm gay." So this is the original affidavit from June 19th of this year, and it basically explains what she's being charged with and what he is accusing her of doing in this lawsuit. Now, you guys have heard the beginning of Beyonce's Lemonade album titled Denial. It was supposed to be a poem. Basically, in this poem, she's talking about fasting for 60 days and plugging her menses with pages from the Bible.
That's crazy.
Now, that specifically, I want to elaborate and show you on how that in itself is a ritual for witches, and it's just overall demonic. So I did some digging, and the act of bleeding on sacred text actually comes from the Book of Law. And in chapter 1, it goes into detail about how this is demonic and how this is used to basically pledge your allegiance to you-know-who.
Grew thickened skin on my feet. I bathed in bleach and plugged my menses with pages from the holy book, but still...
She then goes on to say that she levitated and saw the devil, and I'm just saying, if that's not really in your face, I don't know what else is. So the
Facts.
woman that actually sued Beyonce for this was actually her drummer. And she accused Beyonce of some crazy shit, like killing her cat for a ritual, putting hexes on her, and all type of other things that I really think she was not lying about. This is the young lady who was suing her that used to be her drummer. But what I find crazy is the lady only wanted a restraining order against Beyonce. In her initial lawsuit, she wasn't even asking for money.
Claims she was put under Beyonce's spell is now speaking out.
The fact that people keep saying I'm crazy, hell, the situations I had to deal with and survive are crazy.
Kimberly Thompson says she is tormented from being put under manic sexual spells by Beyonce.
We're talking about other situations where changing into animals and jumping into other bodies.
That lady goes on to say that she witnessed some of the craziest shit and that Beyonce put her under these sexual spells and all this other freaky demonic stuff. But of course people ridiculed her. They go on to laugh at her, call her a liar and call her crazy. But what is the hardest lawsuit to prove? One without evidence, right? Right. So I find it ironic that these people are saying these demonic things and witchcraft-like things have happened to them and no one knowingly is going to take them seriously, but yet these lawsuits go nowhere. What makes this even more crazy is that, have you guys watched the show Swarm? And it's literally titled Swarm after Beyonce's fans who call themselves the Beehive. And basically this young lady goes to ask every person she knows who her favorite artist is. And when she finds out that it is not the artist that she likes, in this case Beyonce, she kills them. She's literally a serial killer based on a favorite artist. I find that very coincidental that it has all these likenesses to Beyonce and all these things are being said about her being demonic and practicing witchcraft, and it's just coincidence that someone would come out with this show? Oh, no, it actually happened, and I stand by saying that she's a witch. And I mean, you guys can continue to listen to Renaissance and listen to the crazy shit that's been coming out her mouth, but I'm telling you, all this shit started when she was 27.
Hey, I don't really listen to too much Beyonce. The only thing Beyonce I didn't really listen to was stuff that either came on the radio or TikTok or things like that. But I know I have probably a lot of people that's in the Beehive, you know what I'm saying, that loves Beyonce. They can tell me possibly if some of these allegations are actually true or not. That would be pretty sad if this is true, but it's just a lot of stuff that's even coming out about her and Jay-Z. I mean, it's stuff coming out about Diddy. It's just a lot of stuff coming out about a lot of these mainstream artists nowadays, and that's crazy for a lawsuit. But yeah, this was a pretty cool episode, I feel like, personally. You know, I kind of like this one. This one was pretty interesting, I shall say. But we made it to the end, so make sure if you all enjoyed this video, like I told you at the beginning, that you hit that like button to help this video rank into the algorithm, that you spam the comments down below, I don't care how many times, and if you're new to the channel, that you hit that subscribe button and turn on that post notification bell to get notified when I post another video. But more importantly, y'all stay blessed, and I'll see you all tomorrow.